Okay, final update for today, and we're kind of catching up with a little bit of old news here, so I apologize. And if you haven't heard anything about it, well, here you go. Exciting news. So Kamala Harris, anyone remember her? The cackling idiot that got pushed to the front of the line by the Democrats who claim that they don't like to have kings, and then crown Kamala queen and basically screw Joe Biden over, right? That's what we've been learning as time goes on. I hate Joe Biden with every fiber of my being. He's a piece of garbage, one of the worst presidents in American history. But the Democrats did screw him and knock him out of their primary run in order to artificially install Kamala Harris. That's the bottom line of it. But she decided that she was going to try to be governor of California and ended up failing horribly. Let's see what we've got here with this.
Afternoon, former Vice President Kamala
Good
Harris just announced that she
afternoon.
will not be running for governor of California in 2026. In a statement, Harris says, quote, "For now, my leadership and public service will not be in elected office." So for more on this, I want to bring in
No one wants you.
Avery Harper. And
You're
Avery,
awful.
I think this was a shock for many, but what does this mean for her future in politics moving forward? It seems a little ambiguous.
Right. I actually don't think it was a shock, really. The former vice president said that she was going to weigh the decision, and she has been thinking about it since she left office, whether or not she would take this step and run for governor of California. Ultimately, she has
comes
said
up.
now that
Fucking
her
nut
path
job.
and her involvement in politics will not be through election.
So funny.
What I do think is that this statement does leave open the possibility of her running in 2028 for president again. And arguably, this allows her to not have to deal with the liability of running and losing, right? That would hurt her argument for electability should she decide to run in 2028.
Well, in Avery, the vice president, or former vice president, talked about spending the last 6 months really kind of thinking this through. What has that time been like for her? What have you heard?
Right, she has spent much of her time out of the public eye, but she has been listening and being involved selectively, speaking to issues that pertain to this current political climate, speaking to issues that pertain to this current administration, and therefore she is finding opportunities to continue to be involved and relevant to the current
finding ways to stay relevant.
As
That's a
she said
Freudian
in her,
slip right there.
Statement about not running for governor. She said she is going to continue to speak out about issues that she cares about. She's going to help Democrats try to elect other Democrats in states across the country as we approach the midterm year, and her involvement is going to be important as Democrats try
No,
to
it isn't.
gain some power
It isn't going to be
in
important.
Washington, where they
She's a poison pill. Do you all remember when? So Kamala, they threw Dementia Joe under the bus, installed Kamala. She's running for office. Other Democrats are running for their particular offices as well. And there were reports coming out at the time, and I did a story on it, where Biden was offering to endorse Democratic candidates that were out there. And they were saying, no, thank you. Why don't you just kind of go over there and kind of do your thing over there, and then we'll just run, and we'll take our chances about what we've got going on. Biden at the end ended up turning into a poison pill for the Democratic Party. Kamala exists currently as a poison pill for the Democratic Party. She is of zero help to anybody. She is a multiple-time loser. The only reason she was in office in California is because she was fucking the mayor of L.A. at the time. I believe, literally, Bobby Brown. I think the guy's name was Bobby Brown. So they were in a relationship. She was having an affair with him because either he was married and she wasn't, or they were both married. Either way, he was married. So they were having the affair, and he gave her the opportunity to become, I think it was a district attorney. So that's the only reason she got that opportunity, because she had the backing of a political figure already. And it it was low level compared to countrywide politics, right? So Then she gets that opportunity again on the main stage. She gets artificially pushed up to run for president of the United States because Biden was stupid enough to pick her because he wanted a woman and he wanted a black woman, and that was it. You didn't have to have qualifications. You didn't have to be an intelligent human being. You just needed to be, their equality bullshit. The same way that they chose Karine Jean-Pierre because she was black, a woman, and a lesbian. She was not an intelligent person if you ever watched any of the press briefings at all. She was an absolute moron who was never prepared for her job, could never answer questions in any capacity that you'd call well. She was an absolute fucking moron. And Kamala Harris is an absolute fucking moron. So she's a poison pill to the Democratic Party. Not a help. And of course this is trying to sugarcoat what she's doing. Well, she's listening and she's participating in discussions and she's going to be there to push. I believe she'll probably be hanging around trying to put her talons in the back of somebody when it comes midterms and election time, but she's a poison pill to the entire Democratic Party. Nobody wants her. But bye-bye to Kamala Harris. She lost running for the president. She prematurely lost by dropping out completely to be governor of California. And I don't see her going anywhere else unless we all of our memories are wiped, and then we start fresh and go, oh, who's this woman I've never heard of before? Maybe we should give her a chance. Unless that happens to all of humanity, she doesn't, in my opinion, she doesn't have a chance in politics at all. She's an awful human being and a fucking moron. But a lot of the politicians are. So there's that 1% there, right? There's that never say never. So other than that, goodbye, Kamala. I personally hope to never hear from you again.